Okay, I got the center strap all done on this thing. So that means this piece can go on there because this piece is already fitted to the box or whatever. It's actually the cheeks and the trunnion plates. It's already fitted. I got the rondelles there and there's a couple spacers. I actually what I do is I want to paint that wood and DA sand it a little bit so it's a little smoother. But I got the center strap in here, so that's going to be bolted through to the trail right here, and it'll be bolted down through here through the top part of the trail. Those are lag bolts, and I got 3/8 lag bolts right into the box, the axle housing box, whatever you want to call that. But before I put those lag bolts in there, I make sure I truck bed line everything. So there's truck bed lining inside the holes. So if there shouldn't be, a chance of getting rot too easily. Actually, that's pressure treated lumber anyway. So, but this is the bottom of it. So that should be plenty strong enough. I did. It was kind of a pain in the ass. I used 4-inch wide, 1/4 inch thick, and I welded on the outside and I welded on the inside. It fits along there nice and tight. This will bend down when I screw it in there. It'll fit flush. That fits flush on that side. It actually fits in there nice and tight. This is actually braced up against that, which is because I had to shorten the axle, so I used some square tubing to do that with. So it sticks out. It's flush over here, but it sticks out just a hair here. But this actually braces up against that, so it should be pretty damn solid. Because it's only a 2 1/4 inch barrel. First off, you're firing blanks, 4 inches of powder, 4 ounces of powder, and it's not going to be, live fired. But even if it was live fired, this isn't a 12 pounder. I've calculated that a 2 1/4 barrel comes out to like 1 1/4 pounder or 1.3 pounder. A 3-inch barrel comes out to a 3 pounder. So it gets quite a bit bigger. And the original ones are like something like 4 7/8, and they were like brass. I think they're brass or something. They had some kind of flexibility to them, and they fired like a 12-pound shot. So the stuff was more heavy. If you do this, I would recommend you just get everything 1/4 inch. Man, they're calling for like if you go just a little thicker than 1/4 inch, it gets to be a pain in the ass. What you could do a 1/4 inch is you could take the cutoff wheel, cut it down where it's almost like as thick as sheet metal, where you got to make the bend, and then weld the shit out of it, and then grind down your welds. If you try to do that with 3/8, it is way tougher to do. It's like, so some of the stuff is supposed to be 1/4 inch, some of it's supposed to be 3/8, some of it's supposed to be 7/16. And actually, this thing I got from the guy, he really hooked me up. It's a hell of a lot thinner, but it's not firing live. It's just firing blanks. But with a 2 1/4 inch barrel, that barrel itself's got so much weight on it because that in itself would keep it steadier. It could live fire anyway, but I don't think I'd ever freaking live fire it anyway. But this would handle it. This is actually built pretty damn strong. So now I should be able to see how much rain there is tomorrow. I'm not sure, but if there's rain tomorrow, I won't be able to work on it because I'm going to have to roll it out there. But once I get that piece on there, which it should be all fitted. I checked where it goes through there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint everything tomorrow, clean it up, DA sand it, paint everything, and that piece, then that piece should fit right on here. Then I'll have like the trail and the axle housing. Then what has to go on here is the, I don't know what you call that. It's like pintle. I don't know what, in the military they call it a pintle hook setup, whatever. I don't know, just not a pintle hook, but trailer hitch, I guess. I don't know. And the hitch that goes on, it's not exactly the same, but none of this is really like exactly. This is the way it's supposed to be, these things. Because I started doing it from plans. But this saved me a shitload of time. I was like, God, I could have never done this if you didn't hook me up with that shit. Probably took me like freaking another year. So that piece isn't going on there until I put it in the back of the El Camino, make sure the length is okay with the piece on there. And then I got the two handles. They're not exactly the same as the originals, but they're right over there. You can see it right there. 1, 2. 1, 2 handles, see them? Right next to the wood glue. I got the two handles. I got that plate right there. Right there, that's the same 4-inch plate as that. I can make the, what do you call it, the wheel guards. And I did, since this is not as wide as that piece, well, the trail, you know, like this is supposed to actually taper down. I didn't do it that way because it was simpler. I got a metal piece that is almost as wide as that I could put over that. It's like 10 gauge, and then bolt that over that, so it's like all metal, so it'll look okay. Because if people really know what it is, they're going to say it doesn't look okay, but it's going to be all right. Freaking work. I mean, this whole thing, and if I don't have to buy, I might be able to make, I was looking at that piece I got for the elevation screw. I got like a scaffolding jack. I might be able to make something with that. I was thinking the part where the nut is, that I can use a plate like this, which won't be stock, it won't be like the original one, and weld that to the nut, and then have that, if it's at the right angle, I should be able to make a elevation screw out of it. Then it's just a matter of making a couple tools, like and the ramps would be the pain in the ass. That's something else. But the whole thing's only cost me a couple $1,000 total, probably, so that's one good thing. And it's not going to be that cheap to fire unless I get a whole bunch of powder discount, because they freaking charge you money for shipping, and they charge you hazard fees every time you ship. So if you get 2 pounds of powder, you got hazard fees and shipping. So if you got 20 pounds of powder, but then you got to watch 20 pounds of powder, shit. Maybe I should get 5 next time, 5 pounds. We'll see how this thing works. So. But yeah, that's another major step. I was working on it last night. I just put these lag bolts in and made sure the bolts are lined. These aren't screwed in. These are going to go through that thing over there. I got to get, actually I think yeah, probably get some longer ones than that. Go into there. Anyway, so getting there. Now, at the end of the week, I'll probably have that on that, and this will be screwed onto that. And if I can physically lift it into the back of the El Camino, I'll be able to measure for that trailer hitch, and then that thing will get on there. Then basically the next step is getting the freaking ramps. So it's coming along okay, man. Ain't quit on it, that's for sure.